Greetings everyone and welcome to the 22nd meeting of the Task Force. The fourth high-level meeting on the prevention and control of non-communicable diseases is drawing near. Thank you for your support in 3 key events that will help shape the 2025 UN General Assembly high-level meeting. The 2 meetings in 2023 on scaling up action on NCDs and mental health in small island developing states. The Global High-Level Technical Meeting on NCDs in Humanitarian Settings held last month in Copenhagen, and the upcoming Global Dialogue on Sustainable Financing for NCDs and Mental Health. The discussions during this week's Task Force meeting, along with the one to be held in Houghton, are crucial in helping to define the outcomes that we want to see from the high-level meeting. Please keep this at the center of your discussions. Our meeting this week comes hot on the heels of the 10th session of the Conference of the Parties to the WHO FCTC and the 3rd session of a meeting of the parties to the Protocol to Eliminate Illicit Trade in Tobacco Products held last month. Thank you to those of you who participated. Tobacco control has always been of the highest importance to the Task Force. I am pleased that we will receive a full report on the outcomes of both sessions and look forward to hearing how Task Force members will support parties in taking forward the actions agreed in Panama. At the last meeting, you had a special session on human rights. The outcomes of that discussion have been valuable in updating the human rights work plan for the next year. During this week's meeting, you will have a session dedicated to the WHO Global Alcohol Action Plan 22-30. The plan outlines specific roles and responsibilities for the UN system, and a detailed strategic discussion on harmful use of alcohol is timely. I am pleased to see that the Task Force is determined to broaden its reach to meet universal health coverage targets. It is good that we will be having a session on how Task Force members can support Member States in addressing sensory impairments, the first time the Task Force will have had a discussion around this important agenda. Specifically, when it comes to humanitarian settings, I am pleased to note that we will hear about our new initiative on assistive technologies in humanitarian crises. I remind you that there are currently more than 200 million people in humanitarian settings in need of assistive products. As you know, the Health for Life Fund has its first funds in place from the Scottish Government, and we have received outline proposals from 3 countries that wish to receive support through these funds. We will hear more about this during the meeting, along with an update on funding that we are hoping to secure in the coming months. I am delighted that the WHO Director General asked me to be the permanent co-chair of the Health for Life Fund Steering Committee, and in that role, I look forward to supporting our collective efforts to mobilize resources for the fund and ensure that it is providing catalytic support to countries in their efforts to scale up action on NCDs and mental health. I was pleased to hear that the draft terms of reference for the evaluation of the work of the Task Force received broad support at the last meeting. Thank you to those agencies that have agreed to be members of the Evaluation Technical Group and Evaluation Management Group. Finally, let me extend my thanks to Werner from our WHO office in New York and Annie from UNAIDS for co-chairing our meeting. And thank you to every one of you for being here today.